Because people were actually thinking, we actually went to Twitter and of course on Facebook where most of the fans were actually talking about you retaining the bulk of the under 20 players. Their feet are they good? They just come back from a tournament. Of course, that's vibe and everything will still be there. But
yeah, of course. But I expected that.
You have
I
some
expected to have a core member of the side that went to the World Cup, the Under-21 World Cup, but apparently he just picked a splattering of players from that team, and he believes in his experienced experienced hands, Okocha and Kwocha, Salam Bacho, and the likes of them. Yeah, I think if he gets to a situation where he finds out that these guys might not be making this team, they might not be coming, the clubs might not release them, then I think he would go ahead with a lot of the players from the under-21 side.
11 days to go, and of course we're playing Cote d'Ivoire, we're playing Zambia, and we're playing, host nation Namibia. Well, okay. For Cote d'Ivoire, of course, for Cote d'Ivoire, of course, remember they lost to Bayern, the South Africa, 2-1. And South Africa also is another team that's really preparing well. Most of them are playing grade A friendlies. Why the friendlies that the Super Falcons play against just the Sierra One Academy and some other media academies across Nigeria. Okay, well, from Nigerian football now, we'll go straight to the Champions League. One man feels Manchester City will be under pressure when they face them tonight in the UEFA Champions League. I'm talking about Ashley Cole. Remember, he signed for AS Roma when he left Chelsea, because AS Roma, unbeaten in 6 games, definitely they are more on fire than Manchester City. Let's listen to him.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on City. I think, of course, they've not made it through to the qualifying stages when they've been in the Champions League. So there is a lot of pressure on them. Not so much on us, I don't think. But I said they've got big players and great players, and I know a few of them are definitely hungry to win the Champions League. They've won the Premier League, and people like Hart and Milner and of course Lamps will always want to keep winning. No, of course it'll make it more difficult for them to qualify, but I said it's a tough game for us, so we don't want to think that too far ahead, but it'll be difficult for them to catch up, and I said it'll put us probably top of the group, so it'll make us in good stead for qualifying, but I said I'll let you know after the game.
Well, that's Ashley Cole. Let's just take a look at all the fixtures coming up today, or the matches. Well, you have the big one between PSG and of course Barcelona, and of course you have CSK Moscow after losing 5-1 at AS Roma. They are facing Bayern Munich. Definitely not a good one for them. Manchester City, of course, AS Roma, PSG, Barcelona. For PSG, Zlatan Ibrahimovic will not be part of the squad. He is actually injured, a heel injury. Apoel and Ajax will also be in actions. Well, Sporting Lisbon and Chelsea. Sporting Lisbon, of course, that's another team. It's going to be a difficult one for Chelsea after they were held to a 1-0 draw by Schalke the last time. And, of course, Schalke facing FC Porto, who are also on fire. Which is the biggest game for you tonight?
The biggest game easily should be Barcelona PSG, because of the fact the sort of players they have. But I think the most interesting would be Man City Roma. Because Man City, yeah, I agree with Ashiko saying they have a lot of some kind of pressure, because with the players they've gotten over the last couple of years and the sights they've set for themselves, they actually want to be doing better in the Champions League. And we had Pellegrini say during the week that it's only a matter of time before Man City get to win the Champions League. So yeah, Man City would really they'll be coming up against the very good Roma side. They started the season the way they started last year, where they went on 9 consecutive wins before getting a draw or a loss. They already have 6 wins. We saw them the first game in the Champions League. They totally hammered CSK 5-1, and they will be prepared to sit back, relax, and soak in whatever Man City would have to bring and fire. So it's going to be a very tough one for Man City, and I think that's a game I would really like to sit down and watch, because I'm expecting to be entertained. It's going to be a very beautiful spectacle.
Well, for Sporting Lisbon, a record for you here, they've lost just 1 game in 11 home meetings with English side. So Jose Mourinho will have to think about that. Now let's go straight to golf. What Paul Mangili actually said about Sir Alex Ferguson, how his pep talk was actually the guiding light for them to win the Ryder Cup. Let's listen to him.
Last night was a special night. My wife gave me some of the best advice I've ever had in my life in 2002 when I hold a winning putt. And she said, don't drink too much tonight. enjoy these moments. Enjoy it. Don't drink too much where you forget about it. And that's what I was saying to the guys last night when I was seeing them. Have a few drinks, of course. Let's share this. Be merry. Have fun. But, you know, let's not... Remember this. This is what's special. Alex Ferguson came into the room last night, and that's exactly what he said as well, too. Exactly what he said. As he said in his own terms, he said, I felt like I was back in the boiler room again this week. Thank you for the pleasure. All the players now are up there treating him as friend. They're having a drink with him, pulling his leg again. It was just great to see. It was just great to see. The team room that we were in, it wasn't too packed, so there was loads of room to be able to move around and chat to guys. It wasn't like this, and there wasn't everybody coming up for selfies and autographs. It was just great.
Mr. Ferguson, there his influence definitely continue. Okay, now we'll close with this one. Early Lakers, of course, Kobe Bryant returning to the team. Well, will he be as good as he used to be?
Bearing, as long as he's physically fit 100%, Kobe is a competitor, a great competitor, so definitely trust me, he will be at the peak of his powers. The only thing will be his injury, his knee and his Achilles. Once they can hold out, trust me, Kobe is always one tough competitor, any day, anytime. He's one of the best that's who have played the game of basketball. Okay,
let's see how his return will definitely return Lakers, well, to the limelight. We'll leave you with pictures coming from him and, of course, his coach and Steve Nash, who believes LA Lakers can also take the pride of place in the NBA this season. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Business Money, of course, is up next. And don't forget, at 9 p.m., join our Sports Tonight's crew. Of course, updates on what happened Nigerian Football Federation election. Today is the day. Will it be or will it not be? I think it's going to hold. Bye for now.
I mean, it's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of excitement. It's a mixture of a little nervousness and a little rage. It's a mixture of a lot of things. Well, just it's just trying to see if I can prove to myself that I can be myself, and then all the words and the doubt just kind of adds fuel to that.
I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I think we had a bunch of players in this locker room that had that same chip. So again, that's a motivational factor that we can use to come out here and play hard every single night, which we have to do and we're going to do. And I think we're going to surprise some people.
I realize this is my last year, and there's no guarantees that I'll get to play any games this year. The truth is I have a lot of miles on my back, and a day or two in a training camp, it could all be done. So I'm just trying to enjoy every moment, every day, keep building, do what it takes to give myself a chance, and with a little bit of luck, maybe I'll get to play a ton this year and have a great close to my career.